Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm going to be going over the best console settings and sensitivity to use, and as well go over the settings that I use and why I use those settings, because this is the most requested topic I get. So I'm going to be going over my settings. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And before we get into the video, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and make sure to turn on my post notifications to get notified every single new video. And alright guys, let's get into the video. Okay, so your settings, it really depends on your playstyle and what your preferences are and kind of what you like. But there are some settings that are kind of like a must-have. So I'm going to be going over all of those, and I'm going to put up on the screen all my settings that I use. Alright, so here are my settings. For controller sensitivity X, I do play on a 7. For controller sensitivity Y, I do play on a 7. And I used to play, for those of you guys who did watch earlier, I used to play on a 9. I used to play 9 and 9. And for some reason, I don't know, I felt like my accuracy was a little bit rough. So, you know, of course I lowered my sensitivity. You know, I came from Call of Duty, so I always play on a lower sensitivity because your aim was a lot better. So I had to move it down from a 9 to a 7. I feel like it helped with my accuracy. I think it really improved. And of course, when you lower your sensitivity, you know, your building might be a little bit slower. But still with the 7, it's still have the higher end sensitivity. So you can still build pretty fast. And just playing on a 7 and a 7, I feel like I can build pretty fast and as well keep a really good accuracy. So for controller sensitivity, I would recommend anything from a 6 to a 10. I wouldn't go anywhere 5 and below, just because it's just too low. Because if you go too low, you're not going to be able to build fast. Your accuracy is going to be a lot better, but sometimes, like, building is a really big part of the game, right? So you don't want to go too low, because then your building is going to be too slow. And if you get shot in the back, you're not going to be able to turn around fast enough. So keep it in anywhere from about 6 to 10 is a good spot. Of course, just about all the people who say they're the best console builders, they all play on max sensitivity. And honestly, their accuracy is complete garbage. You know, they can build really fast. Like, I'm not knocking them. They're really fast builders. They're really good at the game, but their accuracy is really bad. So I would recommend, you know, so anywhere between a 6 and a 9 is perfect. Don't go below a 6. And I personally wouldn't go above a 9, but, you know, some people can handle it, some people can't. You know, some people can build fast, but their accuracy is pretty bad. So, and just, you got to figure out what works for you. For me, 7 worked the best. I don't know, I might go back to an 8, I'm not sure. But for now, I'm playing on a 7, and I like it. So that's what I play on. And sensitivity is really important. So just choose anywhere from a 6 to a 9. Next, we have controller ADS sensitivity. This was a really important one too. It also really affects your game what sensitivity you plan for ADS. For me, I plan a 0.4 because for me, I need to have a slow sensitivity when I'm aiming. Like I said, you need to have a higher sensitivity when it comes to X and Y for controller, just so you can build faster. But when it comes to the ADS, you know, you want your sensitivity to be slower because your accuracy will be a lot better. And there's no reason to have a high ADS sensitivity, like, it just doesn't make any sense. There's no point of like trying to make you have bad accuracy and like mess you up. So you want to have a lower sensitivity. It won't affect your ability because when you're building, you're not ADSing, and when you're using shotguns, you're not, like, most of the time you're not ADSing anyway. So the close range gunfights, you don't even need to change your sensitivity. You can keep it on the higher one. But when you ADS, you want to have it lower because your accuracy will be a lot better, and it has been better for me. And that's where I use a 0.4 controller ADS sensitivity, which is a lot lower than my controller sensitivity X and Y. Controller scope sensitivity, all that is your sensitivity with snipers and guns like that. For me, I play an 8.8. It's all personal preference. Like, it really doesn't matter as long as it's not too low that you can't aim. So whatever feels comfortable, that's what I would recommend for controller scope sensitivity. I just play on a 0.8. Next, I want to talk about control options. There's a few important settings that you have to have for this one, and I'm gonna put it up on the screen for you guys. The first setting is sprint cancels reload. I have it off. You know, it's really just personal preference, what you like. I just have it off. Tap to search to interact. You want to have that on. So basically what that does is, if you guys don't have it on already, is when you press, if you don't want to go for a revive, you just have to press X and it'll finish out. You don't actually have to hold X, or if you're opening a chest, you just press X once and it opens. You don't have to hold X. So that's what it is. Toggle targeting. I don't know what the hell that is. I have it off. I don't know what it is. Just have it off. It's just what the default setting is. And auto equip better items, I have that off. You know, clearly you don't want to just like equip any item, you know what I'm saying? So you want to have that off. Aim assist, that's something, it's a must have to have on. You know, your aim will be a lot better. It'll be a lot worse if you don't have it on. So you always want to have aim assist on. It helps you with your aim. Edit mode aim assist, I don't know what that is either. Just have that on. Reset building choice, have that off. That's something you want to have off as well. Turbo building, that's something you guys definitely want to have on. And what that does, it makes you build. So if you want to build a 1x1, right, and say you plan on building pro, right, so you just have to press right trigger, and you press right trigger, you just spin in one circle and it'll build for you. You don't have to keep pressing the right trigger for every wall. You can just build all that at once. So definitely have that on. It's really helpful. Auto material change, you want to have that on, so if you run out of wood, it automatically switches to brick or to steel. Controller auto run is a good thing to have on. It's really cool. So basically all you have to do is the left stick, which but we normally let you like run or sprint. All you have to do is double click that down and it'll auto sprint for you, and which is really helpful, say if you're like need to drop materials and you know you don't want to stand still, because if you stand still in this game you're gonna get sniped. So if you need to like do something, or if you're just trying to like drop some ammo or something, you know, just put on controller auto run so you don't get shot up, and then you can just keep sprinting. And next we have allow cross-platform parties. All that means is you can play with your friends on PC if you have it on. So have it on. I didn't mean to turn mine off, but you want to have those on. Auto open doors, you obviously want to have that off. You know, I'll explain why. So basically, if you like, if you're in a 1x1, right, and you need to get out, and you have auto open doors, and basically if you want to shut the door, you know, it's gonna auto open and you're gonna get shot up. So you just want to have that off so you don't accidentally have the door open and then you can't close it. So you want to have that off. Auto pick up weapons, pretty self-explanatory. You don't want to have that on because you don't want to pick up every single gun you went into. Next we have vibration. It's kind of a minor thing, but I think it makes a huge difference. I have mine on because I think it helps with accuracy. Because I used to play with a vibration on. I played with on it for years, and then I took it off and I started playing with it and I got used to it. I think it helps out my aim a lot more. So I feel a vibration, it kind of messes your aim up a little bit. But with vibration off, I think it works perfect. I think it helps with the aim. So personally, I would actually recommend having it off and giving it a try. It might feel weird at first if you have vibration on all the time and then you switch it to off, but personally, I think vibration off is the way to go. I think it helps with aim, but that might just be my personal preference, and that's what I would recommend. I would recommend having it off. I would at least try it. Okay, so I want to talk about my controller settings, and if I use Combat Pro or Builder Pro, and I'm going to say right now, I use Builder Pro. It is way better than Combat Pro. Combat Pro is just, it's really just not that good, honestly. Like, I've used both. I used Combat Pro for a long time, and then Builder Pro came out, and I started using it. It took me about a week to get used to Builder Pro, but as soon as I got used to it, it is so much better than Combat Pro. Combat Pro is so slow compared to Builder Pro. Like, people think they can build fast on Combat Pro, but if they ever win against a good player with Builder Pro, like, they're done. Like, they have no chance. Like, it doesn't matter how fast you think you can build. If you go against someone with Builder Pro and you're not using Builder Pro, you're gonna get destroyed every single time. The only difference between Combat Pro and Builder Pro is, of course, the building controls. You know, everything is the same between Builder Pro and Combat Pro. On Builder Pro, the reason why it's so much better than Combat Pro is because the buttons are mapped, right? If you want to put a wall, you just have to press the right trigger. If you just want to put a stairs, you have to press the left trigger. So it's just so much easier because all the buttons are mapped. But on Combat Pro, you have to constantly be pressing the left and right bumper to switch between your walls and stairs and platforms, and it's gonna mess you up because you're gonna try to switch too fast and you're not gonna be able to switch to the right one, and you're gonna press the wrong one. And on Builder Pro, you never have that problem because you're always switching to the one you want to because your things are mapped, and you never have that issue. That's why you need to be playing on Builder Pro, because you can see exactly what you're placing, and it's not like you have to keep spamming the left and right bumper, and then you might put like accidentally put like a triangle or something. You might like put the wrong thing you want. So you always want to play on Builder Pro because it's so much easier to play with, and that's what I would recommend. I would recommend to anybody. Like, I would stop playing on Combat Pro and play on Builder Pro. It just takes like a week or so to get used to, but it's a lot better, and you're definitely gonna make you better at the game playing on those kind of settings. So guys, if you take all my advice and then you put all the settings, you know, all the settings that I would recommend, you're definitely going to be a lot better at the game just because of your settings. They're really going to help you out. And those are going to wrap it up for my settings. I hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys take something away from this video. If you guys did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and make sure you turn on my post notifications to get notified every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you in the next video.